Another bit of maths you could do is standard deviation. Now, standard deviation tells you how different the maths varies from each other. So, let's say we're going to analyse 10 songs, and we're going to say all the songs are quite similar. But let's say these are the 10 songs, and let's say this axis here tells you the length of the songs. Let's analyse another 10 songs, and let's say, or perhaps we're not analysing the songs, we're just analysing the BPMs. And what do you notice about these BPMs?
They're spread apart.
They're spread apart. So standard deviation talks about how spread apart data is. This is the standard deviation. You could work it out. You might predict, you might say, I'm going to guess that the song length or the BPM is going to be spread apart, or which one you're going to guess which one's going to be more spread apart. And then you'd work out the standard deviation of that and then the standard deviation of that. There's lots of ways of doing it. The one way of doing it is you go to Stat, you go back to Calc, and you click one variable because we're just analysing one of the variables. We're going to say it's just the list 1. If you want to do it the second list, if you want to do it for lengths, you're going to change this to list 2. Press enter, and standard deviation should be given, but I can't see it. There we go. Standard deviation is going to be the ox, O of x. Now, if you then did it for the other variable, you do stat, calc, one variable statistic, change it to list 2. Second list 2, enter, 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 then you can compare the first ox with the second ox to say how different they are. Once you've done that, you could also calculate the standard deviation manually. So you'd have your x values. Let's say these are our x values. If I want to do the mean, I just do equals average. Select them. You're then going to copy the average into the table here. Let's say it's 16.7142. What you then do is pull the average down. That's what we call the mean. The next one we're going to do x minus the mean. So you take this value minus the mean. You then pull this down. The final one is going to be x mean squared. So you take this one, you times it by itself, you pull it down. You then sum this. Then to find the standard deviation, you take this number, you divide by how many numbers there are, minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 numbers, minus 1 is 6. That gives us s squared. We don't want s squared, we want s. So then we take this number and we find the square root. So sqrt, select that, and it does it for you.
Okay.
I know you're probably not as quick as I am, but it's not going to take much work. I know I've just been lecturing at you, but it's really, really important you get going with this because I can't really do it for you or give you feedback because you haven't got much there. Have you got any questions about what I've talked about so far?
Not yet, I don't think.
I would recommend you do that tonight and then have another meeting with me tomorrow. Have you got time to do it tonight?
Time tonight, but I'm not sure about tomorrow.
Okay.
I was like, I could maybe come during then on Friday because I've already done my stuff.
Friday, I'm only free period 1 and 5. So let me just double check. No, I'm not. I'm looking at the wrong week. 4 or 5.
I can try and do 4 because I've finished all my work for that class.
Okay.
But I'll have to let you know if I can.
Perfect, okay. Do you think you're going to be able to cope with doing some of this tonight and Thursday?
I think so, if you send me the video.
Okay, perfect. Any further questions?
I don't